Yeah.
I don't know what to... Tell me about how you met Mom.
How I met Mom? Well, I met her through an officer that came on the ship that had been, this other officer, his ship had been in New Zealand for about 2 years. And he came into, I believe it was, I'm not sure, I think it was Saipan. And he came in there and he had a package. And he wanted to know if we had a couple of drinks together, ate together and all like that. I think I had a wisdom tooth pulled over on his ship, because they had a dentist. And I asked him to let me have he wanted to know if I'd do him a favor, that he had a package there he'd like to take to this lady down in Auckland, New Zealand. Her name was Mrs. J.C. Carroll. So I took the package and told him I'd be glad to deliver it for him. So I took it on down there, and Bill himself had a couple of girls we called up. We didn't think much of them, so all right, let's call it Carroll family. So we called down there. Of course, what I was interested in was Pet. So this fella told me, he says, there's two of them, Pet and Marie. But you don't want Pet, you want Marie. I figured, well, how come I don't want Pet? So I decided I'd take Pet. She was by far, as you know, you've seen them both, she's by far the better looking. So I took her, and he came on the ship, and I told her, I said, I got a package here that, I forget Bob something, I forget his name now. He asked me to bring out to your mother. And she said, that'd be fine. So she came on the ship and had lunch with us, I think it was lunch. And we had lunch on there. And then later on that afternoon, we were going on out to the house. And I had the package. And I took it to Miss Carroll. It wasn't a whole lot of it. It was some stuff. It was some canned stuff and things, that were hard to get over in New Zealand. That's what she wanted. So I took that out there to her. She was tickled to death with it. Thought that was so nice. Bob, I forget that. Know his name well. I made another date with your mother to go to the show or something I don't know. And I started dating her from then on. 6 months. 6 to 8 months, I forget exactly how long. And the last trip we made there, we got married. That's all there was to it. That's all she wrote.
How did you ask her to marry you?
In the telephone booth. We was in the civic dance place there, and they had a telephone booth outside of the place. And it wasn't real cold, it was a little chilly or something. I come over here, Pet. And he went over there, and we got inside the phone booth. It was big enough for both of us, I guess. Yeah, it must have been when we got in. So she wanted me to. So I told her, I said, honey, I'm in love with you, honey. I said, I think I want to marry you. So I don't know whether she gave me the answer that night or what. But it was all she said she would. And Miss Carroll, let's see. I believe Miss Carroll was here when you were born, wasn't she? Yeah. She wasn't here when, of course, the other two. And when you were born, why, Carroll was born on that snow, that terribly cold, frozen day. And you were born in November, that wouldn't be too cold. I don't know. I remember I went to the hospital, and Miss Carroll was home. I said, I'm going on to the hospital. I'd been to Notre Dame, that's right. I'd been to Chicago, took Mr. Carroll. and we drove up to Chicago and then caught the train. Went over to South Bend, Indiana, for the Notre Dame Navy game. He wanted to see Notre Dame play, so that's what we did. It wasn't the best game in the world, it was all right. So we went over there and spent the weekend. We spent a couple nights in Chicago and came on back Sunday. We got in about, I remember it was around 8 o'clock. Something like that, 8:30, Sunday night. We got in from Chicago. And your mother said, honey, you better keep the car going. Keep it cranked up. Says, I think we're going to the hospital. I said, yeah? Yeah, I said, I think something's going to happen. So I was all ready to go. And we went on over there. And you were born, let me see. I called Russell Birmingham, I guess, the doctor. And I went on to the hospital, took your mother over there, and you, of course, what there was of you, 8 nights of you. So we got over there, and I think, as I remember, I may be wrong, but it seemed like you were born about 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. Is that right? Is that what Mom said? You born at 1 o'clock in the morning? 1 o'clock. There you go. I don't remember. I didn't wake your grandmother up. I don't believe I waited till a little later. Either called or told her when I got home. And George and Carol were good to you. Y'all would play together, and kind of like Katie and Rob, they played together. Y'all played together a whole lot. And didn't get many fights. You know, little stuff, didn't amount to anything. I don't remember. Because you were, let's see, you 30, what, 29 or 30?
30.
You're 30 and George is 37. So George is just about in school when, almost, or in school, when you were born, wasn't he? Yeah, about 7 years different.
Mr. Man, you make a good interview subject. I'll get you on 60
Oh, yes, he got me on NBC.
That's right, put you on 60 Minutes.
Channel 4 magazine.